These are the must-dos for Universal Hollywood.
And trust us, you're gonna need to know number 3 or you'll be totally lost.
Have you ever wondered what your pets do when you're not home? In Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash, you actually get to find out what they're doing when you're not watching in this really fun, zany, off the beaten path. This is a fun family dark ride attraction where you get to join the pets as they try to escape the city, and they have tons of crazy adventures. There's some amazing animatronics and really cool practical sets, as well as really fun screen moments.
You're a pet.
You're a pet. This is a must-do because it is incredibly cute. It is the perfect family ride, and even if you're not here with kiddos, there's something sweet about it that we personally really love. Now, this is not going to be a thrill attraction by any means, so if you're looking for that, maybe skip becoming a pet and go ride a roller coaster. You can become a mummy today. Sign up with Brendan Fraser at Guest Relations. Minion Cafe. Let's step into the world of Minions and have some fun and zany bites and foods right here at the cafe owned by the Minions. This cafe immerses you in the world of Despicable Me, specifically with the Minions. It's over-the-top theming. It's a lot of fun, and if you're a fan of the movies, you kind of need to check it out. And the food isn't half bad. We've enjoyed what we've tried here before. Why is this a must-do? If you're a fan of the movies and you're looking for a good, hearty theme park meal, this is gonna be a great spot to go. It is really picky eater friendly because of how many options there are, but they have some exciting spots, so that way maybe kiddos or parents who aren't looking for something that they find traditional can also eat here. It's a family-friendly spot. If you're not a fan of the Minions, me, Quincy and I have ironically fallen in love with the Minions. Angie hates the Minions. If you're not a fan just like Angie, skip this one. Or if you're looking for a quieter spot, this is probably not the place to dine. The music's loud, there's a lot of activity, and there's a lot of atmosphere, which is a lot of fun, but if you need a break from the crowds or you're a little overstimulated, this is not gonna be the spot for you.
Welcome to Super Silly Funland. This is part of the Despicable Me area at Universal Hollywood, and it's geared towards play. There are lots of different ways to play in here, including a ride on the Dumbo style, pick you up, take you around silly swirly, and a place where kids can romp through a splash pad water area attraction. There are also Carnival Midway games that you can play for a fee to win prizes. Super Silly Funland is very cute from a theming perspective, and Despicable Me fans will at least want to take a jaunt over here. It is absolutely a must-do for families with little kids, as this area is geared towards littler ones, and there's a lot to see and do that they will enjoy. Plus, you can get the energy out on the splash pad, which is very important, because kids have infinite energy. This must-do might not be for you if you're looking for thrills, as it is more of a laid-back area built for play, but it's still fun to walk around. I definitely recommend swinging over here. Bam! Kung Fu Panda Adventure. You like my sound effect? I thought I would add it for some drama. Thank you. In this attraction, you join Po and Master Shifu in the DreamWorks Theater while you set off on an epic, high-stakes Kung Fu adventure. This is a 4D show where you get to join Kung Fu Panda on an adventure and sit in seats that move along with the show as it happens. There's projections around the whole theater, and it feels like a very immersive experience. Plus, the pre-show has some fun nods to other DreamWorks characters as well. So, like, I love going in here because Shrek talks to me. So, now why is this a must-do? It's a very engaging, family-friendly attraction. I know when I was a kid, there was nothing better than a 4D theater, and that probably stands true for the kids of today. Have family-friendly fun that is full of action, full of humor, and full of hijinks. So lots for everyone to enjoy. Reasons why it might not be a must-do is if you're just not interested in doing like a theater little movie experience, even though it doesn't take a lot of time, it is still just a theatrical movie. And if you don't love 4D theaters, this one does shake you just a little bit, not nearly as bad as some other attractions, but still something to be aware of. And that is Kung Fu Panda Adventure. Hwah!
All right, next up on our must-dos is another place to stop in and dine. This is the Power Up Cafe, and this is your one-stop shop for all things Mario if you're trying to avoid the crowds in Super Nintendo Land. It's a super fun, overly themed spot, and we're gonna have a few bites inside. You can grab several bites from this really delicious Mario-inspired menu. You can get some Power Up mushrooms, some flour pretzels. There's lots of exciting things. We are gonna be having lunch here. So why is this a must-do? This one is a must for Mario fans, especially if you're looking to avoid the crowds and still get in on all the immersive fun, and the food is surprisingly tasty. Who is this not gonna be for though? Well, this is actually a pretty limited menu, so if you're really not into calzones or sodas or popcorn, you might wanna go somewhere else to chow down.
Calzone cheese. I actually really like both of these.
I like both a lot.
I think that particularly the sausage one is pretty picky eater friendly. It's a very, like, it tastes like pizza sausage, like the type you get on like when you order Papa John's. where it has that little tiny bit of spice that mostly adds flavor and not really heat. The dough is soft, but still has a nice crispy outside, kind of like a really good dinner roll. They're obviously super cute. They've got the mozzarella on the outside. The mozzarella is so good. I think that I could see folks wanting more mozzarella, because it's really just the mozz on the outside, which surprised me. But the bread is really really well done, like surprisingly well done. There's plenty of filling. It's very balanced, and like one of these is definitely a full meal. I definitely recommend trying both though. This one's tasty.
This is the vegetarian one. Spinach, bell peppers, mushroom. This is really, really good.
I'll back this as a must do.
1000%.
Welcome to Phineas Q Butterfat's Ice Cream. This is our next must-do because it's hard to pass up on really good ice cream when you're having a theme park day. There are unique ice cream treats here like the ice cream Conans and the Phineas Q Butterfat's Everything But the Kitchen Sink Sundae, which is a loaded sundae. It is an individual portion. And this is like the soft serve cones that have the flavor swirls on them, which I think are so incredible. They have them at our Wizarding World in Orlando. And if you've never had this soft serve that has a swirl on the ridges of the soft serve of like a pack of flavor, it is so, so good. That's what they've got here at Phineas Q Butterfats. If you do have dietary restrictions or tend to be picky or just don't love ice cream, obviously this spot might not be for you. The ice cream and the toppings are gluten-free. Remember to always, always, always double check when you're speaking with the team members up to order. But overall, just the best spot for ice cream if you're looking for it. There's a couple other spots, but this one has the most like unique experience.
Get ready for a high-intensity, indoor, super scary, mummy-themed roller coaster right here on the lower lot. This is our next must-do, and this is Mummy the Ride. On this ride, you're going to race through an ancient tomb, you're going to dodge fire, you might even go backwards as you are fighting evil spirits inside this tomb. Whoa, it's actually kind of scary. It's a really fun dark ride. It's a little bit shorter and pretty much a copy-paste from the one over in Orlando, although again, a little bit shorter, and with one really cool standout animatronic right at the very beginning. This one is a must-do thanks to its high thrill intensity speed. It's so much fun. This is the biggest coaster currently here at Universal Hollywood until the brand new Fast and Furious coaster opens in 2026. And if you're looking for major thrills, this is going to be the one. However, there is no Brendan Fraser, so take that into account. If you're not a fan of high-speed rides, really dark rides, intense backward launches, or just kind of scary rides in the dark, definitely consider skipping this one. It is not super family-friendly if you are a little bit more timid, and I would definitely not recommend this for your first coaster. If that's what you're looking for, check out Flight of the Hippogriff over in the Wizarding World.
Our next must-do is actually right here behind me. This is Jurassic World, the ride. You actually get to go into a face-to-face encounter into a jungle infested with dinos right here on Jurassic World, the ride. You actually get to take a boat ride through Jurassic World as you come face-to-face with some scary and some gentle dinos. It's super, super fun. It's absolutely incredible technology, and at the end, you face a massive T-Rex and quite a bit of a plunge. This one's a must-do because of the jaw-dropping animatronics, the amazing theming, the water effects, and just the overall fun factor and thrill of that drop at the end. This isn't for everyone. The dinosaurs are scary. I'll be totally honest. If you are younger or maybe it's just dinos are not your favorite, they are actually really incredible. They're also a little bit scary. The drop is also pretty high and pretty intense, so probably not for everyone. And oftentimes, if you're not looking to get wet, maybe consider steering clear. You're not always going to get soaked, but if you don't want to get wet at all, probably not the one for you. Tucked away in the Jurassic World section of the park, you are going to find the Isla Nu-Bar, which is right here behind me. It's a tiki bar with light drinks and fun little snacks that take you into the world of Jurassic. This bar offers Jurassic World themed cocktails and lighter snacks, and it's a great way to just kind of get off your feet and have something a little bit lighter, and it's a little bit more low-key because of its location. Not a ton of people are walking past it most of the time, so it's always more of an easier walk-up situation than maybe some other spots around the park. This one is a great one on your must-dos list because it offers a really nice, relaxing atmosphere. It's super chill and has some pretty tasty drinks and cocktails, which is really all you can ask for when you're hanging out in a theme park and you need a good break. If you're not into lighter drinks or you're just really not drinking at all on your visit, that's totally cool, but maybe this is not the spot for you. If you're looking for a heavier meal, you're not going to find that here either. This is really more of a stop and chill out for a little while spot rather than a full dinner or lunch.
Get ready to race through the Mushroom Kingdom like never before in Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. This ride is a super cool mix of physical effects and digital effects using augmented reality goggles that you wear on your face. Hop into your very own Mario Kart and zoom through iconic Mario locations. You'll race against Bowser alongside people like Mario, Peach, and Toad, and you'll even get to throw shells and collect coins. So why is this a must-do? This is the ultimate experience for Mario fans, plus it's fun for adults and kids alike. It's just the best of both worlds with interactive elements and high-speed fun while actually being a low-speed attraction. Who is this not for? It might not be for you if you're not that into video games or interactive experiences where you're racking up points. It also might not be great if you do tend to get motion sickness, as the augmented reality can be a little trippy with what you're seeing physically. I don't have issue when I'm motion sickness prone, but I can see this being a motion sickness inducing ride. Either way though, we consider it a must-do.
Welcome to Toadstool Cafe. This is right in the heart of Super Nintendo World, and you can actually have some fine dining, all inspired by the Mushroom Kingdom, which is going to satisfy your taste buds and your gamer heart. The restaurant delivers immersive decor, really fun experiences, and you feel like you're going to be having food with Mario and all of his pals because it feels like you have truly stepped inside the game. But why is this one a must-do? It's a must-do in our opinion because this is just another way to really experience Super Nintendo Land, which is one of our preferred things to do when you're here in Universal. It is so exciting, and the cafe is truly so immersive that is worth it alone, even if the food isn't your favorite.
Try the mushroom soup.
Try the mushroom soup. You get to keep it. You get to keep the bowl, and it's really cool. So who is this not for? It's going to be for anyone who's looking for a more traditional or maybe even a fine dining experience. This one is more light, fun, and playful, and not necessarily the most amazing food you're ever going to have, but we do still really enjoy it.
Studio tour right this way. Have fun.
Did you guys hear that? The studio tour is right this way. We're actually going to get to go onto a real-life movie set. You're going to get a full behind the scenes, and it's because our next must-do is the studio tour here at Universal. For this next attraction, you are going to hop aboard on a tram, and you are going to drive through real-life movie sets, and you're actually going to see famous sets like Jaws and even one from the recent movie Nope by Jordan Peele. There are so many incredible things. There's actually different rides amongst this ride, and it's really, really incredible. So why is this a must-do? This is the most unique ride you are going to find in this park. This ride is really the epitome of what Universal Hollywood is. You get to go into live sits, you get a full behind the scenes of what it takes to make a movie, and if you're keeping your eyes peeled, you can even see some hot sets where they are actually making shows you're watching today. Now, as much as we love it, it's not going to be for everyone. If you're looking for a major thrill, this is not going to be the one for you. It's about an hour-long tour, it's pretty laid back, and while there's some really exciting moments, it's not going to be the most thrilling ride you go on the whole time you're here. We just got off the backlot tour. This is one of our favorite things in this park. It is so unique, it's so cool. Yep. And this is not the first time we've done this, but it was a very different experience this time, which was what's so cool.
You can see our last backlot tour on in our last video, all cut together. It was a similar experience. We had a lot of the same scenes. Like, you still get the Skull Island Reign of Kong, you get Fast and Furious, which Jaws. There's 3 to 4 mini rides on this ride. Mm-hmm. We still saw Norman Bates, but it was different this time. Last time we saw him at the Bates house. Mm-hmm. This time we saw him at Bates Motel, which was really cool. Yeah. And there was a little more involved of a scene. And then there was a really big difference, which we both loved, which was that last time we got to see a rainstorm and a flood in Little Mexico. Mm-hmm. And this time
we saw a full previous attraction that used to be in Orlando,
Earthquake.
Which I had never done. It was called Earthquake. We got to be a part of that scene. It flooded the subway station.
Yes.
It was really cool. Another huge difference. We were here during the writers and actors strike last time, which was, an interesting time to be on a studio set.
Yeah, there was
nothing going on.
No one was working because they were striking.
We got to see two different hot sets that were in pre-production. So we didn't get to see two major parts of the studio tour. We didn't get to go through because there were actual real pre-production sets happening, which was super cool.
We did get to glimpse down and see them in pre-production doing set dressing, including for Suits LA, which I'm a big fan of Suits. And you could see them setting up a Chinese restaurant and something else in the streetscape.
Getting ready to actually film it.
Literally getting ready. And the entire, we literally, our guide had to turn his mic off at one point because there was a hot set with filming going on for Loot with Maya Rudolph.
Which my mom loves. So
shout out.
I'll have to tell my mom that she's going to think that's really cool. So it's really, really neat. It is an hour, but I think if you're not doing it, you're missing out on the 100%. Highlight of the park.
This is the reason to come to Universal Hollywood. If you're in Hollywood and you want to spend a day doing studio tours, Universal has done a really great thing where their studio tour has expanded to be a whole theme park at this point. But the studio tour is what it's all about. It's what it was originally about. So it's definitely the must-do here.
You need to prepare to join the Autobots to help defeat the Decepticons on our next must-do. This is Transformer the Ride 3D. This is a super fun, really cool 3D experience that takes you into the world of Transformers. And even if you're not a huge fan of the movies, this one is really cool and pretty easy to understand thanks to the in-queue storytelling that kind of gets you caught up on what's going on in the ride. Within this battle, you're going to see a lot of your favorite Transformers, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, and all of the other Autobots as you're racing to save the Allspark from the Decepticons. This one is so much fun. It actually has some 4D elements in the sense that you might feel a little bit of water, you might feel a little bit of heat coming off the ride. It's really cool, and it's a neat mix of screens and practical effects. This ride is a must for fans of the Transformers franchise. It's so exciting. The 3D elements really bring it to life. It makes you feel like you're within the story, and it's just really highly immersive and super, super fun, even if you're not a fan of the movies. That being said, I'm not a fan of the movies, and we find ourselves on this one a lot. It tends to have a lower wait time compared to a lot of the more popular rides in the park, which makes it a little bit higher on our must-dos because you can enjoy it without giving up too much of your park day. If you are sensitive to screens, or maybe you get a little bit motion sick on attractions, maybe you want to skip this one. It is a high thrilling 3D experience. It's a ton of fun, but it is really tough if you're sensitive to motion or to screens on attractions. It's a great time, but it's not the most family friendly if you're scared of a little Transformers situation. So definitely consider that before you get your whole family on the ride. And if you're prone to any of those things, maybe skip this one. And it's okay if you do. It's not my #1 favorite, but I think it's a must-do for a lot of other people. Step into the land of Oz with our next must-do. Right now, Hollywood and Dine is wicked themed. You get to actually try some popular, see what we did there, some popular dishes inspired by the brand new film. The menu is featuring some Wicked inspired items right now, like the Osmopolitan and the Bewitching Burger. Why is this a must-do? It's Wicked themed. We at AllEars, I can speak for the whole crew, I'm really speaking for myself, but I can probably speak for the whole crew, are obsessed with the movie. We just think it's so, so fun, and personally, we want to see an Emerald City built somewhere at any Universal park. We think Epic could make it happen one day, but for now, we will happily enjoy our Bewitching Bacon Burger and our Osmopolitan while we wait on the Emerald City. It's not going to be perfect for people if you're looking for something adventurous or fun. It is Wicked themed. It's also things like burgers and wraps and flatbreads and pretty normal cocktails. You are eating here because it has the Wicked brand, and that's why I wanted to eat here. And you know what? We should all try something once. So, there you go.
WaterWorld! I love this show. WaterWorld is a very cool stunt show based on the movie. This live stunt show has pyrotechnics, water effects, and high-flying stunts. It is one of the coolest live stunt shows of its kind, maybe one of my favorite live stunt shows I've ever seen. They shoot a plane at the audience. Studio tour, and then this, I think, are my must-dos at this park. The story is a post-apocalyptic, water-based world where there are dueling factions in this like dramatic, war-torn water world. What's really cool about WaterWorld is that the cast is incredibly talented, and you can always go check it out right before you go see the show at this WaterWorld cast board. This is a must-do for anyone who loves an over-the-top spectacle, a stunt show, and an action-packed experience. You may want to skip this if you want a more relaxed show, or if you're just not a fan of loud noises and big, exciting things happening a lot. It can be a bit overstimulating.
Step into the world of Harry Potter and walk through Hogsmeade as you live out your magical dreams. Guests can walk through the cobblestone streets of Hogsmeade and actually get to step inside the world of Harry Potter through an entirely immersive land, some really exciting snacks and dining, and you even get to hop on 2 premier attractions here. This is a must-do for all Harry Potter fans. You really truly get to step into the stories that you have grown up loving, or maybe you love now as an adult. You get to become a wizard, you can buy your own wand and robes, and you even get to go into Hogwarts. It's so incredible, and if you have even an inch of you that is interested in Harry Potter, you need to check out this immersive land. Who is this not for? This is not for anyone who is really not a fan of Harry Potter, or you're not interested in more fantasy immersive experiences. If you're really not into that kind of thing, probably go ahead and skip this part and move on down to the other lands.
So you've made it to the world of Harry Potter, you've been exploring the wizarding world, and now it's time to hop on the star attraction, head into Hogwarts itself. We're heading on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. This is a major must-do because not only is the ride a very cool tour through some iconic scenes from Harry Potter with its own original new story, it also has a queue that takes you through Hogwarts Castle, through many major locations that you see and know about from the books and the movies. It is a totally magical experience, and even if you don't ride the ride, you have to walk through the queue. But you should ride the ride, just warning, take some motion sickness medication. Basically, you sit in a flying bench to fly along Harry Potter and his friends through different scenes with practical and screen effects. Now, why is this ride a must-do? If you're a fan of Harry Potter, this ride will bring you into the story like never before and is one of the most iconic attractions for doing so. Plus, getting to walk through Hogwarts is just an unbeatable experience as a fan. On top of that, it's thrilling, it's got very high-tech effects, and really cool physical effects as well. This is not the ride for you if you are prone to motion sickness. Even folks who don't get motion sick tend to get a little jumbled up on this ride, and as a motion sickness-prone gal myself, I really struggle with this one. I do have to keep my eyes closed during many of the scenes, and it is a little bit of a more action-packed ride with some scarier scenes, so if that doesn't sound like your speed, then this ride might not be for you. Step into a world of cuteness right here at the Hello Kitty and Friends Cafe. The Hello Kitty and Friends Cafe is absolutely a universal must-do. This one is awesome because it's actually outside of the park. So the park closed at 6 p.m., but CityWalk, which is the shopping and dining district, pan, very good, pan back, is open. We were a little stressed out because all the stores were closing when we were walking out of the park. All the same merch is out here, which is great. So CityWalk in general is our must-do, with a special shout out to the Hello Kitty Cafe, where you can get treats and drinks inspired by the Sanrio characters. A fun fact is that there are actually only 3 Hello Kitty Sanrio cafes in the United States, and this is one of them right here. The cafe is packed with photo-worthy treats, and they look absolutely delicious. So if you just need a little sweet treat or you're a major Hello Kitty fan, this is for sure a must-do. The fact that CityWalk in general is a must-do just to cap off your night with some shopping, dining, or entertainment.
And with that, that was our must-dos. If you guys are still sticking around, make sure to give us a like. And make sure to comment this secret code so we know you were here.
And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our West Coast content.
Bye!